Hey guys! Alright, so, once more unto the spring. This is our last, well, I hope it's our last. These last two parts shouldn't be that bad to get. And, honestly, I'm not sure. I want to do the final area as its own part. And I mean, obviously, you could have one that's short. This is me assuming I'm not going to just get eaten by water dumples the whole time. So, we have a very specific thing we need to do in this part. And that is going to be to take a bunch of blues, which, you know, we love blues. Blues are the backbone of our society. But while I'm going on and on and on, let's actually get some nectar here so we can actually help these blues out, because we got a lot of blues that are leaves because we had to restock on blues so dang hard. But, you know, that's how it be. That's how it be with your HBPs. The whole HBP squad. So we're gonna take these lads, and we have to go all the way over here to this corner. So I'm gonna go after some dumples. That's partly why I brought all the blues out. Here, we're just gonna eat the shit out of the dumples. Oh, hey, the dumples actually killed somebody. And dead. Okay. So we lost a few, but that's okay. We were going to lose a few with the way that we were doing things. Now, we should actually be able... So you see that part up there? You see that part? That's what we need. So we have all these blues, and we're gonna... I have to toss them up there. Now I have to do this very carefully. Carefully indeed. Not that it matters all that much. No, come on. Okay. So, gonna dismiss those guys because Olimar has a geyser here. We have this yellow candy pop bud, which we are gonna need. So we're gonna need to throw blues into the candy pop bud, and once it has enough, it will stop and it will sprout them. So we're gonna put those there, go get more blues, and throw them. It's pretty simple. Like I said, the last two parts in the Distant Spring aren't that bad, and are mostly a kind of a capstone to knowing that you did everything. And these are the last non-bossy parts we're gonna have to get. But in the finale, you'll see that there will be times where we will have to make important decisions. Alright, all y'all get in there. Okay, we need to get all these picks in there. Okay, that'll do. So, now that we have all these yellows sprouting, let's start picking them out. Unfortunately, we don't get to keep any of these yellow... Don't get to keep any of these yellows because they are on an important mission. Also, there's no way off the water aside from being either on this island or the other island, so they will just die. And we really don't want them to die because that would complicate everything we're trying to do. Okay, cool. So they're like right on the border of the water, but I think you guys could see what we're trying to do here. It's kind of a clever use of the candy pop buds, because now well, you can see why thank you. That's a pretty good illustration of why we need these yellows. Because now the yellows can get up there where the blues can't. This is the last thing I needed them for. Should be enough. Yes. Yes! Okay. Good. And now they're going to drop down. And I'm going to call them back. It's actually okay that the blues over there are holding on to it because... Okay, we need all these yellows to get into the pod. So, oddly enough, I've been playing Skyrim a lot lately, and there's one section of the game that's full of pods, and all I can think while I'm doing that is, put him in the pod. Which I know there's a subset of viewers that will understand that. Not exactly an obscure reference. Anyway. I'm just kind of going on and on, you know? Just kind of going on and on, trying to fill spatial air as I sprout my picks. My picks, my dudes, my lads. Alright. So, we're gonna do something a little bit wacky here. So we're gonna get... found my Chronos reactor. Using strange new technology from somewhere, this machine is able to warp the space-time continuum and turn it into energy. He's amazed how many mysteries are locked inside the parts of my ship. Olimar, your ship is fucking insane, my dude. Alright. So, we're gonna get all the blues on that. And they're gonna carry the Chronos reactor back. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go get some more blues. No. But as you can see, that particular part is not that complicated. But we're gonna need more blues for what we're doing. I'm probably gonna go get 30 more. And just kind of make this a whole episode about blues. Because all the yellows that were are yellows no more. So you might think, oh hey, we found a cool way to gain 20 yellows. No, they just swapped back and forth. Candy pop buds sure are interesting. Alright. So I need about 30. I'm gonna take 35, not because there's any danger, because there isn't. Those Wollywogs are back, but sorry Wollywogs, we have literally no reason to go over there ever again. We are just about done. This whole part is winding down. I'm excited for what we're doing. This whole series is winding down, and I mean, it's really kind of amazing to me that it took me this long to do a Pikmin game, considering that my channel started as Homicidal Blue Pikmin. Many of you who are still watching today, after all these years from my big hiatus, I appreciate all of you, and that you are still interested in watching my stuff and following me. It really means a lot. But it is still amazing to me that it took me this long to acquire the gumption to actually do Pikmin. Because it's a series that is very important to me. So, it's... I don't know, I've talked at length about how its aesthetics just really vibe with me. Like, this game is so colorful and interesting. Okay, the Chronos reactor is on the bottom with the engine, so cool, with pure energy, basically a big rubber band. We have one more part in the distant spring, and we're looking at it. And I mean, it just, the colors vibe with me, the, like, characters, I love Olimar, he's great. If that wasn't obvious from my way that I talk about him. But we're gonna go up. Those guys are need help. So this is another Ionium jet. You may remember it from the time we picked up the other Ionium jet in the Forest Naval. And like I said, easy part to get. So all the picks are here. They're gonna take the last Ionium jet, and let's just chat. And get some dumples. As you know, found my number 2 Ionium jet. It's easy on the eyes, and its fuel efficiency is easy on the budget. Yes, because we know that you need the money. Because you're always getting scammed. That's the other thing I was going to say last part, by the way, where I got distracted in my usual way, is Olimar always gets easily scammed by just about anything you can think of. People, half of those parts are people selling him stuff that he feels he was overcharged for. Or it turned out it wasn't as cool as it was supposed to be. He's just a normal guy who gets scammed by people trying to rip him off sometimes, who's trying to do his day job and get back to his family. Then he gets stranded on an alien death planet and has to make friends with some carrot people to actually do that, and succeeds. You know, he's just a hard-working guy who tries really hard. Doesn't get the respect that he's due. But this is just a game that I appreciate a lot. Oh, the Shearwigs destroyed the bridge. By the way, that's a thing that can happen. Also, we can kill these Wogpoles for a little bit of revenge. Cool? Maybe. Satisfying? Probably. and then get some numbers just while I'm talking. Who doesn't love a good murder? But, well, they're not doing it anyway. Belay that. And there, at last, is the final part that will display on the ship. The ads for these jets boast that with excellent mileage, it's easy on your family budget. This jet will keep your wife smiling and propel you to a happy home life. Nice. 29 out of 30. And that is just how the Dolphin looks. It is fully completed. The last part is non-essential, and it is non-visual. It won't appear on the outside of the ship. It is a doozy, though. But this has really been nice. It really feels right to finally be playing Pikmin on this channel after so many years. I don't know why it took me this long. I just had other ideas. I mean, I had to do Banjo, but Pikmin is up there with those games that just really matter to me, even if I am often not the best at it. But the character designs, the gameplay, they all just really stick out to me in ways that I think are fun. And man, if I get to Pikmin 3, you guys are going to see some stuff, because I love Pikmin 2 and 3. For a while, Pikmin 2 was one of my favorite games ever, just because of the additions it made to the game. But it is definitely a hard one. Like, it is very different from this one, in that it's not very different, and then it is. Because it has the same basic above-ground gameplay, but then they have the underground sections, which have no time limit, and are all about collecting treasure. And those are full of very tough boss fights, because you can't grow new Pikmin down there. You have to go to each floor with the Pikmin that you got. It's kind of like Mystery Dungeon-y, but, like, not quite. Anyway, I've kind of gone on and on. This is it for this in spring. Let's check the map one last time. And, yeah, that's everything. Pardon me. In the next part, we will be going to the final area, and I guess we'll get a sneak preview of that right now. Bid farewell to the distant spring forever. Unless I replay this, but I don't see why I would need to do that. Well, the game's not going to go through some significant changes. Farewell, distant spring. You are a cool area. Probably one of the best. I don't know, I think Forest of Hope is up there with me. The Forest of Hope theme really, like, sticks with me. The do 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 do. At last, but a single part remains. Since I've recovered 29 of the missing parts, the Dolphin's power is near capacity. In the forest depths below, I see a region where the final part must lie. Clearly, this is my final trial. My life support fails in 12 days. Courage! Forward unto dawn! Oh, yeah, I was like, why did the yellows go up and then dip again? So, those are our Pikmin numbers going into the final day. The final trial, we have one part remaining. And I cannot wait to show that to you guys next time. But here's your preview. Final trial. What awaits us here? We'll have to find out. See you guys then.